One of the sort of basic ethoses of design of Fable was this idea that the main character changed how he looked depending on how you were playing that character. Basically, if you were to use a big sword, you'd get more muscles.
If you do go out and you start beating things up, your hero will get stronger. If you don't bother doing that, you'll get thinner. If you eat lots of pies, you'll get fatter.
It really was always disappointed me when I had to play a game and I was forced to be a certain sort of character. I was forced to be the good guy, or I was forced to be the bad guy. The other change that the character has is the game constantly looks at how good you are or how evil you are and will change the look of your character.
If they end up with a game with a skinny, pale, horned, evil character, that's how they played the game. If they end up with this buff, you know, sun-tanned, huge Goliath of a player, that's how they played the game.
You develop your character, so you could play through being really evil, you could play through being really good, you could play through doing all the side quests, all the optional quests, you could do all the core quests. You know, you can really do what you like with it.
The hero is really to give a feedback of how the player is playing the game, really, to give them a visual cue and to like their personality. This is a young hero at the beginning of the game, where you start, the first time you get your hand on the controller, this is the character that you will be playing along. And by the end of the game, you can possibly end up like this character.
The headaches of having a character that changes. I mean, you imagine in animation terms, you want a guy to walk into a room, so he grasps the doorknob, he pushes the door open. That's bread and butter stuff. But we've got a guy here who changes size. He gets bigger and taller, and so it means his hand is never the same height. To do that in sort of like, you know, a couple of weeks with the game being built around you is tremendously hard.
You start off with, you know, no abilities and you're a complete bottom scale hero, and as you go through you know, pick up experience with so many different things and different combinations of things that you can...
Yeah, so at the start of the game you're having to hit things individually, and towards the end of the game you'll just be able to cast in flame spell and boom, and take out 5-10 things at once.
The other change is what I choose my character to look like. I can have his hair cut any way I like, I can have, you know, facial hair like beards and moustaches, I can tattoo myself, again, to make my own unique hero.
I think it's just a really interesting thing to be able to look at where the hero is at the end of somebody's game and see how they've played the game. You're not very good at combat, that's where you've got scars and things, and that's why you're kind of battle scarred. Or you use far too much magic, which is why you're slowly going bald.
Normally, in a role-playing game, you play the role of some character. But in Fable, you play yourself within the world.